Brunson deserved to be first team. Believe it or not, even ahead of Luka. Now, I know that's sacrilegious. To be quite honest with you, I had Jalen Brunson second team, but I kind of regret doing that because here's the reason why. When Julius Randle goes down, Jalen Brunson averaged 31.5 points the rest of the season and propelled the New York Knicks to a number 2 seed. Luka Doncic, as great as he is, had Dallas at a number 5 seed. Now, one could argue that Western Conference is obviously, more arduous and tougher than the Eastern Conference, and I get that. But I just look at Jalen Brunson being a 6-foot lefty, big body Brunson, performing the way that he performed. All I was saying was there's no way in hell I was giving him the nod over Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I know how great Luka Doncic is, but I look at Kyrie and the rest of these boys, and I'm like, Jalen Brunson didn't have that kind of.
Peace and blessings, y'all. Welcome to the Friday Night Exposure with The Exposer, coming live and direct, straight off the GOAT James Kingdom platform. I'm Ajani, The Exposer. Yes, y'all, welcome to another Friday night with me. As y'all can hear, we have Stephen A. Smith at his best, who does what these guys do at their best, just come up with narrative and contradict themselves and defend themselves while contradicting themselves. This man legitimately said that he feels Jalen Brunson should have been on the first All-NBA team. But what did he do? When he has a chance to vote for that, he votes for him to be on the second team. So tonight's show, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to discuss the All-NBA teams because, again, the 2024 All-NBA teams have been selected. As you can see, we have the first team, second team, and the third team. You can see Jalen Brunson made that second team. But again, ladies and gentlemen, Stephen A. Smith legitimately contradicts himself. Why is the NBA media so narrative-driven? Why are they like this? Why do they argue against themselves? It doesn't make sense. Now, mind you, this is a great selection here. I like all the players here. These guys are all great ballers. They all had great seasons. They all did what they had to do to become all NBA selected players. But again, the guys who are making these selections, who are these people? Why are they making these selections? But y'all know what I do best here, y'all. It is the Friday Night Exposure with The Exposer. Y'all go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't be afraid to become a member of the channel because you guys know what we do best here in GOAT James Kingdom. We bring it like none other. But again, tonight's show is about the All-NBA selections and the All-Defensive selections because it's funny that Stephen A. Smith wanted to say that Jalen Brunson should have been on the first team, and he didn't vote for him because he wanted Shai Alexander in there and he voted Luka in there. He didn't have to go by positions. He could have put Brunson over Tatum. He could have put Brunson over Giannis. You didn't have to go by position. And the funny thing that he said that because they didn't do that with the defensive team. They didn't go by guards. They selected 4 big men for the all-defensive team. The media selected it, the same people. So what is he talking about by saying he regrets his vote? So how you regret your vote after you put it in like just weeks ago? These guys are hilarious. They are bad for basketball. That's why I can't wait for NBC to actually get their hands on the NBA and also Amazon because these guys has been doing us a horrible job. Even though ESPN is still going to be covering it, but they do a horrible job. But y'all know what to do, man. Y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I see y'all in the comments. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for joining me again on another Friday Night Exposure with The Exposer. I'm Ajani, The Exposer. Y'all see me getting ready to do the show. So we about to have some fun on another great Friday night. Thank you for joining me. It is a Friday night, and it is the Friday Night Exposure with The Exposer. I'm here to do it like none other. Now, there's actually a game going on, so I know you guys are probably watching that. So thank you for watching me and that at the same time. I want to give y'all some love and support, love for supporting of what we do here in GOAT James Kingdom. The score right now is 32-26. Dallas is down with 25 seconds left to go. They have the ball with 20 seconds left on the clock. They got a few seconds under the they just turned over the ball, and Minnesota's actually going up. But ladies and gentlemen, tonight's show is about the all NBA and the all defensive selections. Y'all know me, Ajani. I love the all NBA talk. I love the all defensive team. To me, it helps you understand who are the great players season in and season out. And today we're going to talk about it because you know what? The GOAT just reached 20 of them, y'all. 20 all NBA selections, ladies and gentlemen. That's what the GOAT has reached. No one understands the magnitude of this. They were not talking about this. No one wants to discuss this, but we're going to discuss it here on the Friday Night Exposure. So thank you for joining me. As you can see to the left are the votes that were given to all the players, whether they were the first place votes, second place votes, or third place votes. And as you can see, people unanimously chose SGA and Joker for the All NBA first team. And Luka was one vote away from being unanimous there. Giannis was right behind him. And then obviously Jason Tatum got some picks. But the guy that Stephen A. Smith was talking about, Jalen Brunson, got 37 first place votes, right? What up, Ishmael? Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me on another great Friday night. You see what I'm saying? So you can see there that Jalen Brunson did get some votes. So there were some people who actually thought Jalen Brunson should have been all NBA first team. You see what I'm saying? But Stephen A. Smith wasn't one of them. He didn't vote for him. He was one of the 61 people that voted for him. Well, I guess not 61. I guess that's the points. I don't know if that's the points or the actual votes. But either way, he didn't vote for his boy. He didn't vote for his boy. And it was so funny that he's upset about that, but they voted LeBron James to be third team All-NBA. It's almost like they were just saying, hey, we're just going to give you an All-NBA just to give it to you. He should have been the second team, especially over Kawhi Leonard or even Kevin Durant. But again, it should have been positionless. So they actually kept the All-NBA team by position, as you can see here, but they went positionless when it went to the all-defensive team. This is why the media should not have so much power when it comes to votes. They should actually have less power when it comes to votes. I don't understand why they get a chance to vote with so much power. And the people that they give it to, Kendrick Perkins should not be voting. Some of these guys should not be voting. You should have some kind of credentials. Whether I understand that you played, that's fine and dandy. But just because you played and now you're in the media, you shouldn't get a vote. You should still have some kind of media credentials that go longer than, I guess, a few years. I don't know what it is. You should be doing something other than just screaming and yelling on a TV screen. If you're a professional basketball expert and voting on these things, but and you hit it right on the money. You hit it right on the money, Ishmael. They really don't be watching the games. But we know our boy hit the All-NBA selection 20 times, y'all. There is no way you can beat around it, man. And we know that the Zesty Jeffries don't like to talk about it because of such things. They know their boy is nowhere near the capacity of getting these type of All-NBA selections. Mind you, he played 15 years. He only has 11 of them. So there was 4 seasons he didn't earn them. So there's the 2 other seasons that y'all don't like to talk about because he was injured one and he was load management on the other season. Then y'all don't even want to recognize Washington. He couldn't make a third team. Y'all want to make fun of us because LeBron has 4 third team selections. But yet and again, your boy couldn't make a third team in the weak 2000s. And that goes to show you how great LeBron James has been. Y'all know I don't play no games when it comes to this, man. LeBron James is the greatest to ever do it. The All-NBA selections lets us understand it. You see what I'm saying? Peace, Phillip. What's good? What's good? It lets us understand how good you've been year in and year out. To be on the All-NBA team, that means you were the cream of the crop of the NBA season. You were one of the best players to play that season, hands down. And LeBron's been doing it for 2 decades and legitimately within 3 different generations. That is GOAT status. 20 straight selections. Most first team selections. The oldest to be selected, the youngest to get a selection. The most consecutive first team selections. All of these things LeBron James has done. You guys cannot take that away from him. You just can't. And I'm going to explain to you why. Because this is what we do best here in GOAT James Kingdom. So y'all go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, become a member of the channel. Now remember, we're also going live in our Facebook group, so you can catch us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Discord. We are doing it like none other. We are the GOAT James Kingdom platform. This is the Friday Night Exposure with the Exposer. I'm Ajani the Exposer. I do big things on Friday nights, and I'm about to show you why. See what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody in the comments. I see y'all. Peace to you, King John. What's good? Thank you for joining me again on another great Friday night. We about to have some fun here. We about to have some fun. I'm about to get some Zesty Jeffries really upset and zesty in a minute. Trust me on that. Trust me on that when I say that. Trust me on that when I say that. See what I'm saying? Kawhi Leonard making the second team, who knows? They have an infatuation with Kawhi Leonard. They have an infatuation with Kawhi Leonard. They have an infatuation with Kawhi Leonard for sure. All right, y'all. Yes, he definitely deserved to be on the second team. It's fine, though. He doesn't have to be on the second team. He doesn't have to be on the second team. He doesn't have to. And I'm going to explain to you why, ladies and gentlemen. Because just him having 20 alone puts him amongst nobody. There's nobody you can even, like, this. I mean, we're talking about this man, again, everybody doesn't understand, is his own thing. He's his own thing. If you combine legends like Larry Bird and Dominique Wilkins, you take their career and put their all NBA selections together, it doesn't equal the 20 that LeBron has gotten for his career. That's how great he is. Even if we go to other legends from the 80s, if you take Magic Johnson, Bernard King, Zeke, Isaiah Thomas's all NBA selections and put them together, they don't equal the 20 all NBA selections LeBron James has reached for his NBA career. These are legends. It doesn't even stop there. If we take it to the 90s, you took Akeem Olajuwon and Patrick Ewings and put them together, you still don't come up with LeBron James's all NBA selections of 20 plus. I mean, we can even go to the greatest duo that some of y'all say that existed in NBA history. Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen together from the 90s. Undefeated in the finals. They don't even equal up to the amount of all NBA selections that LeBron James has. Even if we take it to their best competition in the finals in the 90s. Gary Payton, Sean Kemp, they don't even equal the amount of all NBA selections LeBron James is doing for his career, and he's probably not done. I mean, even if we want to go to Michael Jordan's direct competition in the 90s, with the shooting guards that he had to face, and these guys he faced in the playoffs. If you look there, we got Grew there. That's John Starks. You look down at the bottom, he got 0 all NBA selections. If you can add him there to these guys, and they don't equal to the amount of all NBA selections. That's what GOAT James has done for his career, and he's not done. He's doing more. He could make the All NBA another 2 more years easily. He was doing this since the 2000s against people like this. He was still dominating. Still dominating. You could put Jason Kidd, his competition, Jason Kidd and Dirk Nowitzki together, don't equal up to this. Y'all talk about Hall of Fame careers? Even guys who went and got together to beat LeBron James. Look at this. This is who LeBron James had to face. They don't even have enough all NBAs to equal up what LeBron James has been doing. I mean, this is not no joke. This is real stuff. You guys love the numbers. It doesn't stop even the legends of the 2000s. Like Dwayne Wade and Iverson, you take their numbers, you put them together. They don't equal up to 20 all NBA selections. You can take Tracy McGrady and Steve Nash's all NBA selections, and they won't come up to LeBron James's all NBA selections of 20 and more. Coming up soon. Again, even if we take it to the 2010s with the elite team of the Golden State Warriors, they don't even equal up to what LeBron James has done when we're talking about the all NBA selections. This is how great LeBron has been. This is the reality that most of his haters don't want to face. This is how great LeBron James has been. You cannot equal the great. This man is Thanos. He's actually going to take that crown from Wilt. He's going to be standing alone. You're going to need all of this to defeat him. You guys don't understand. This guy's great. He's the GOAT. He is the GOAT. There is no question about that. This is what he does best. And this is what I do best. I bring receipts. Just like Philip said, I bring receipts and I bring gunshots. Hitting them with the thunder. They don't understand. They don't understand. They don't understand. We are doing big things around here. That's right, y'all. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. I see y'all in the comments. Thank you. Thank you for joining me again. It is the Friday Night Exposure with the Exposer. I'm exposing these Zesty Jeffries. Yes, we are exposing them. Because they don't like to talk about the all NBA selections. And the reason they don't like to talk about it is because their boy doesn't have enough. That boy didn't do enough. He was load management. He needed time off. He needed to chill. He needed to take a break. He didn't do enough. That's what they fail to realize when it comes to this. This is why LeBron James is the GOAT of basketball. There is none other like him. He is the GOAT, ladies and gentlemen.
LeBron James.
There's nothing else to say. 20 All-NBA selections. 20 All-Star selections. That is 20 years. Ladies and gentlemen, you make 5 All-Stars and 5 All-NBAs, more than likely, you're a Hall of Famer. I mean, that goes without even saying it. Peace, y'all. That's for sure. That's what I do. That's what I do best. That's what I say. It's Friday Night Exposure with the Exposer, baby. This is what we do best. I appreciate that, Joe. Shout out to Sports Talk Only. Yes, this Sunday show, actually, y'all, we're gonna discuss the 40,000 point versus the 10 scoring titles. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna discuss that. Shout out to you. Thank you for joining me again on another great Friday night. Thank you for being a member. Again, listen, this is unmatched. You cannot match what the GOAT is doing. This is the GOAT of basketball. It's LeBron James. 20 All-NBAs, 20 All-Stars. Y'all love to talk about LeBron James' All-Star teammates. Well, if he has the most All-Star selections of all time, what does that say about him? So we get the fan base that says he should be an All-Star for 20 years. For 20 years, we're voting him in the All-Star selection. Then you get the media who tell you that LeBron James is an elite player year in and year out for 20 years. Don't matter the selection. If you could be a first team, that's the best selection. If you're the second or third team, it don't matter. You made the All-NBA team, that's good to go. But that's what GOATs do. They come in and they show you year in and year out. They don't quit. They don't take a break. They don't say, oh, well, you know what, I done enough. I did more. I three-peated, so now I can go because Magic didn't three-peat. Isaiah didn't three-peat. Bird didn't three-peat. So, you know, I even though somebody has 8 championships in a row, you want to discredit that era and act like it didn't exist. That's what I'm saying. So this is what the All-NBA selections is about. And this is why the GOAT is always going to have All-NBA selections. And you know what? Stephen Curry just made his 10th All-NBA. So now he gets props on my list. Because he's a stud. He's a stud. He is a stud. These guys, you got to make All-NBA selections. Kevin Durant, there's guys who have more All-NBAs than Jordan. Akeem has more All-NBAs than Jordan. Karl Malone has more All-NBAs than Jordan. I mean, y'all don't understand this, man. See what I'm saying? Y'all say Dwayne Wade is great, Ray Allen is great, all these guys are great. I gave you the numbers. You see what their All-NBA selections are. They don't show it year in and year out. They're great players. Still at that. They're Hall of Famers. A lot of the guys I just showed you were first ballot Hall of Famers. And LeBron James surpassed that by far. 20 All-NBA selections is incredible. He doesn't have to do nothing else. He's just playing to keep his haters, because he's used to it. He's just used to just playing ball and having haters. That's the only reason LeBron James plays now. He doesn't play for no other reason. But I'm about to bring up the link so y'all can join me. Again, it is the Friday Night Exposure with the Exposer. Y'all know what I do best. Y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, become a member of the channel. All right, shout out to all the members that are here. All right, we about to do special shows for us because we starting to have enough members to where we can just do shows for just members now. We're not going to be doing none of these shows with all these zesty Jeffries commenting and don't want to come up and speak like men. See what I'm saying? We're going to cut that off instantaneously. Quickly. That's what we do best here in Go James Kingdom. But y'all know what to do, man. Y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, become a member of the channel. Like I said, check out the perks to becoming a member of the channel. For those that are waiting on shirts, we got some shirts coming your way. It's been a little busy on our end. Summertime's coming up down here. We got my boy. What's good? Let's get Twin Man up in here. What up, Twin Man?
What up, bro? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Thank you for joining me, man. You see what I'm doing out here, man. 20 All-NBA teams, man. So first off, what do you think of the 20th selection and the whole, all the selections in total between the all defensive team and the all NBA players?
Let's start from the second question.
Mm-hmm.
There should have been no reason Kawhi Leonard should have been All NBA over LeBron James on the second team. I don't understand how that could happen. How does that happen? There should be no reason that Kawhi Leonard should have been second team. LeBron James should have been in. I'm not going to sit here and cap and be like LeBron James should have been All NBA first team. I'm not going to cap and say that. That's
Mm-hmm.
excessive. He
Mm-hmm.
absolutely should have been All NBA second team. And I'm sorry, either over Brunson or definitely over Kawhi.
No,
Definitely over
Kawhi.
Kawhi.
No, Brunson was definitely deserving of the second team. Kawhi, no. Even with Kawhi playing the 68 games, just making it. No, like yeah, he had a good season, but it wasn't better than LeBron's season. He wasn't better than LeBron. So to even put that there, or even Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant didn't have a better season either. But I bet you they punished him because he didn't have the record like them, right? But
Right.
mind you, they didn't put Brunson up there, and Brunson had a better record than everybody. Than definitely than Luka.
Right.
See what I'm
But
saying?
then overall, I don't think I'm looking at the first team. I can't really be mad at the first team, but I think Brunson getting snubbed for first team is kind of
Mm-hmm.
crazy because he really, I'm not gonna say he carried the Knicks, but he had an excellent year for the Knicks. So for him not to be, there's an argument for him to be on the first team. It's just over who though. That's what I'm saying. Because
Giannis
SGA,
or Luka. Giannis or Luka.
I don't. Luka had a hell of a year though. I mean, I understand his
I
record
know.
isn't all that, but Luka had a hell of a year.
He did. He did.
I can't really see him. There's an argument for him, but who are you taking off of first team and putting Brunson there for? You see what I'm saying? But I can make an argument. Like I said, there should be no reason why Kawhi's on the second team. Kawhi could have been on the third team. I'd have been fine with that. But second team, that's crazy. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
he shouldn't have been on the second team. He shouldn't have been on the second team. Do you think anybody got snubbed?
Can't really think of anybody. Well, I know he's a rookie, but what about Wemby?
I know. I thought about that. Guys like Lowe hate
Sao Paulo,
Sabonis. Yeah, again, there's a lot of guys that could have
Chet.
you could. Chet. There's some good players. I mean, Stephen Curry making it, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Booker, I get it. Halliburton, I get it. LeBron, Sabonis, I get it. I mean, Edwards. I mean, all these guys are really deserving to be on the team. So it's hard to say you can take one off to bring somebody else on because all these guys had great years. All of them.
I'm
And they
saying
all
like
played
Chet right now
65
is
games
in
plus.
no, he's not. No, they're not in the Western Conference Finals right now. It's
No, it's
Timberwolves in
not.
Dallas. I'm bugging.
Yeah,
But
it's actually 55,
OKC,
37.
OKC to have the
Minnesota's
year
up.
they had. I can
Mhm.
understand SGA being first team, but I can see Chet being on the third team over Halliburton, or even over Sabonis.
Jaylen Brown was snubbed. Yeah, I guess you could say
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown was kind of snubbed
Which,
as
which,
well.
but King John, which team are you going to put him on though?
But again,
And
it
who you
should
going
have.
to take him out?
It could have been positionless. You didn't have to go with no big man. You didn't have to put AD.
Feel
in
you,
there.
but we see what we have now. You take Jaylen Brown, you put Jaylen Brown on because he's not going first team. We know that. Who are you taking out of the second team and third team? Now, third team, I can see you taking off maybe Halliburton or Sabonis, or even Booker. To be honest, for Brown. So there's three spots. I honestly on the third team. I don't see how you take Kawhi on the second team. But if this was my list, I like the first team. That's fine. Jalen Brunson, I like him on the second team. That's fine as well. Anthony Davis, of course. KD, of course. Ant-Man, of course. The ones for me that are questionable, I can't even say the only one second team that's questionable is Kawhi Leonard. LeBron should have been second team. And if you're going to interchange some of the players we're talking about, you can interchange Sabonis, Booker, and Halliburton. In my opinion.
Yeah, but again, these guys had some great years. Halliburton was injured as well, but I guess he still played enough to make the All NBA team. All right, so let's go to the All Defensive team. These were the guys. This actually came out before the All Defensive team. I mean, All NBA team was announced. So, but you see that they went positionless. You had 4 big men, and I knew this. I go on Chilltown's live on Wednesdays on TikTok, and I was telling him a few months ago, not too long ago, I was like, hey man, they're probably gonna put a bunch of big men on the all defensive team, and they ended up putting them all on the first team, and
Yep.
that was a big thing because again, I didn't think Wemby would make the first team, but they gave it to him, and
Had to. No way he couldn't have been first team.
but my thing is why did you do positionless for defensive team, but you didn't do it for the All NBA team? They're just so
Because
weird.
you already know how the media do. It's contradictory. Why is LeBron James sitting on the third team and not the second team over Kawhi Leonard? Come on. Like, let's be real here. You can't, nobody can make an argument for Kawhi Leonard. I'm not even talking, take LeBron James out of the mix. Kawhi Leonard should not be on the All NBA second team, bro. He just shouldn't. That's a travesty. And then he made it over people like, again, some of the players we named. How did Jaylen Brown not get that spot? Again, Wemby, Chet, Paolo. You had some people balling this year. That's disgusting. And then Stephen A, Stephen A's going to do what Stephen A's going to do. Of course he's going to contradict himself. I know I voted this way, but I kind of regret my vote. So maybe you should have took your damn time then and actually thought about it. That tells me you don't need a vote if you regret your vote after your vote.
Yeah, talking about that, Blue Boat just asked me that. Blue Boat said, peace, Ajani. He was like, did you see F-Boy, Stephen A. Smith, and second place, Stephen A. second place. And Kendrick Perkins was on today. No, but I didn't get a chance to watch it because I don't really watch those guys. But let's listen to what he said. I got a clip of what he said here. Let's listen right quick. Pay attention to it, man. Let's listen to it again.
Deserved to be first team. Believe it or not, even ahead of Luka. Now, I know that's sacrilegious. To be quite honest with you, I had Jalen Brunson second team, but I kind of regret doing that because here's the reason why. When Julius Randle goes down, Jalen Brunson averaged 31.5 points the rest of the season and propelled the New York Knicks to a number 2 seed. Luka Doncic, as great as he is, had Dallas at a number 5 seed. Now, one could argue that Western Conference is obviously, more arduous and tougher than the Eastern Conference, and I get that. But I just look at Jalen Brunson being a 6-foot lefty, big body Brunson, performing the way that he performed. All I was saying was there's no way in hell I was giving him the nod over Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I know how great Luka Doncic is, but I look at Kyrie and the rest of these boys, and I'm like, Jalen Brunson didn't have that kind of.
And he said Jalen Brunson didn't have that kind of help. So mind you, he knew all of this before he made his vote and still voted for Jalen Brunson to make the second team instead of putting him over Luka. That's, like you said, you said it correctly, man. They are some zesty Jeffries. That's what they are, man. That's what they are, man.
And if you're going by record, if you're going by record, his logic makes perfect sense. Brunson should have definitely been first team, and then Luka should have been second team. Because he did carry them when Randall went down. He didn't lie.
And now Luka got 5 first teams, right? And I think he got 5 in a row because I think the first team was the same team from last year. I think the All NBA team first team was the same team, same guys from last year to this year. So I mean, I don't have really a problem with it. I just thought that they would have did the job of going positionless since they did that with the All Defensive team. But man, again, it's about the GOAT. We already know, man. It's the GOAT. Like they said, congratulations to the GOAT.
NBA selectors, I put it in the chat already. Haters are gonna sit here. Haters are gonna sit here and say it's a longevity stat. Even though to make the All NBA team, you have to play great. Any of the All NBA teams, first, second, or third team, you are the elite of the NBA. Period. So it doesn't matter how many times you go. It's the fact that you're on the list. They're basically sitting here saying they have no choice to put you on this list because of what you produced during the year. So I don't care if people say if it's a longevity stat. If LeBron plays another 10 years, which we know he won't, and he makes another 10 All-NBAs, which would be ridiculous, guess what? He earned that shit. So I'm so tired of people sitting here saying, oh, it's longevity. Okay, what's your point? He earned that. You have to earn All-NBA.
You gotta earn it. And all them zesty dudes that played in the 90s and the 80s barely made all NBA teams that y'all love to talk about. If we took the best
Right.
point guards of the 90s, if we took Tim Hardaway, Penny Hardaway, Mark Price, and put them together, they wouldn't even equal anywhere near 20 all NBA selections for their career. Again, these guys just don't. That's why they don't know the game, because they only know what Michael Jordan did. That's all they know. Even Kobe's 12 all NBAs is great, but they don't even like to talk about that. See what I'm saying?
And then the competition in today's league is so stiff. To make any of the All NBA teams is impressive. Let's be real here. This
Yes.
league is extremely talented.
Yep.
Because let's be real, if
talented.
Joel Embiid doesn't get hurt, why doesn't he have an argument to be All NBA on one of the teams?
Well, they
'Cause he didn't
changed the
play,
rule
he
now. They changed the rules
Right.
now, but
They don't
yeah.
change the rule. Joel Embiid's in the mix for first team or second team. You know what I'm saying?
You think he makes?
Yes.
He still makes that? Because you know what? John said it best. You're right, John. He was on the All NBA first team last year instead of Joker. I do remember that. There was the big discussion between why Joker couldn't make the first team, and that's why they were saying, "Oh, we could go positionless now. That way, people like Joker are not left out. We could vote Joker and Embiid first team," and they didn't even fucking do the shit.
The media push for Joker is crazy.
They zesties, man. I can't. Listen. Woo. They just don't understand.
They just killed the Lakers not too long ago for losing a 20-point lead. Joker lost a 20-point lead in Game 7. Where's the backlash, bro?
They don't want to talk
Where's the
about that.
backlash?
They don't want to talk about that.
Let's keep it quiet. This man has 3 MVPs. Can you imagine if LeBron James won MVP this year and then blew a 20-point lead in the playoffs? They'd be talking about that shit to the middle of next season. They'd be talking about that shit into next year's playoffs. Come on, man.
They can't handle that stuff, man. Yeah, well, you know what? This is it for Joker. Like, Joker, see how hard it is. It's not easy. And Joker's not. If you think Joker's gonna be working hard and trying to get back at this again for another year, no. Joker finna go get his horses. He finna go enjoy his off season, and he gonna get ready when he feels like getting ready. and if it's good, it is good. That's how it is. Joker getting pushed because he's helping push the Euro agenda. I don't know if there's a Euro agenda. He's really a talented guy. He's really good at playing the game of basketball. He just doesn't care about playing the game.
I have a question for you, bro. What do you think about that conversation on Gil's Arena with Salley?
Yes, you know what? We follow FYF Sports.
I just knew that was going to be the topic tonight.
No, because again, I already had this topic in line. I still got to watch it. I basically watched majority of it with FYF Sports Debates because I saw that he had the 7-hour stream, and I said, okay, if he had a 7-hour,
let's be real, bro.
If he had a 7-hour stream, it was real. It was real. So
Rashard McCants had a ridiculous take yet again.
Oh
and
my
then he
God.
got cooked. Then he got cooked because his logic makes no sense. First things first, bro. He sat here and said, if LeBron had the triangle, first he said LeBron has no bag, which is crazy. Then he said if LeBron had the triangle, it would have actually improved his skill set. Huh? So I was like, what are you talking about? So Gilbert Arenas, Brandon Jennings, and Salley are pointing out the only reason why Jordan and Kobe won the way they won is because of that system. And if you take them out that system, could they really duplicate and do what LeBron did? No. So I was on FYS yesterday, and you have people really up there talking about, oh, we don't know. It's a hypothetical. It's not a hypothetical. We saw Jordan without Phil Jackson, Scottie Pippen, his great front office, and the triangle. He couldn't get out the first round. So what are people talking about?
My question is why we only know about the triangle system. Why is that the only system we really know and we can talk about? Because again, the last 30 years, ESPN And these other media sites have done a horrible job explaining to us what we're watching when we're watching the game of basketball. There should be no
Right.
reason why we don't know that LeBron isn't the system. The reason we call LeBron the system is because no matter what system he in, he gets 27, 7, and 7. But we never
Right.
know what system he's in. Because we don't know the game of basketball because we're not taught that part of the game. We don't know what these terminology is. I was recently watching the Shaq and Draymond Green conversation, and when Draymond Green was like, yo, you're going to be playing drop coverage and I'm going to nail whoever's guarding Curry and Klay Thompson, and we're going to dot your eyes every game. And when he said nail, that's mean they're going to do a dribble handoff. Like, you're not going to be able to stop them. They're gonna
Right.
get shot after shot after shot. You're gonna be. He's like, oh, we're just gonna tell them to go over and send them to me, and I'm just gonna foul them. And he's like, oh, then we're gonna fight. And then Shaq was like, yeah, then we gotta fight. And he's like, you gonna get ejected. I'm gonna get ejected. Who's gonna hurt their team more? And he was like, oh, so we can't fight. Exactly, we're not gonna fight. You can't hurt me. You can't do that. You can't fight. So like they talk themselves, and then to rebuttal that, right? They talked themselves into a corner like McCants did. To rebuttal that, he was like, well, who's sticking Kobe? He was like, Klay Thompson. Yeah, of course, he's going to go off, but Kobe's not going to win, just like Kobe going off against Detroit. He's not going to win. It's not going to win.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And but to go back to what the Gilbert Arenas show in FYF, and Lamont said it perfectly. The Zesty Jeffries are the loudest and they say the least. They talk the most, they talk the loudest, but they say the least. And he was saying how Mashard McCants throughout that whole engagement, Mashard McCants was just talking and talking and talking, but wasn't saying nothing.
No
And then
he talked himself right into a corner. He literally talked himself into a corner because they're asking him a simple question. They're asking him a very simple question. We've seen LeBron James now 20 years. He doesn't have the front office that Kobe and Jordan had. He didn't have the coach Jordan and Kobe had. He didn't have the system Jordan and Kobe had. He took what he had around him and he maximized it to the point to where he got 4 championships, 40,000 points, 11,000 rebounds, 11. We see what LeBron has done. Simple question I asked one of the people on FYS panel was, if Jordan doesn't have the triangle, does he win 6? They really are trying to make it seem like Jordan could win, like Jordan would still be great. Don't get him twisted. He's going to fill up the bucket, but we saw him with Doug Collins. We saw the offense they was running. It was give Jordan the ball, get out the way. How much success did he have with that? The only thing that got him to was the Eastern Conference Finals. So we saw the plateau that Jordan had without the triangle. We
what we also saw, and peace out to Lamont, shout out to FYF Sports Debate. If you get a chance, Lamont, I don't know if you're available, please come on. I want you to help me understand this system thing with LeBron. To go back to Michael Jordan, they had to change the rules because there was no system for Jordan. The system was send everybody on top of the three-point line on the other side of the floor and let Jordan have one-on-one. That's not a system. That's just saying, hey, nobody can guard Jordan. So Jordan never really had a system. It was completely, like I said, I didn't finish watching the show. Obviously, a 7-hour show was a lot. I got to the point to where Lowe and Locker Room started going at it, and I said, okay, they done deferred the conversation because Locker Room gets upset. They've been talking about a conversation since December. I don't know why they talking about some shit from December. But either way, shout out to Lamont though. They had a great show. Obviously, I wish I was there. I would have joined it, but I wasn't able to catch the show. We got Ace 30 in the background. Any last words so I can bring up Ace 30, Twin Man?
All I gotta say is, shout out to LeBron James on your 20th selection. I don't even understand how it's a conversation at this point. I mean, just what this man's done over 20 years, it'll never be duplicated. And for anyone sitting here fixing their mouth to sit here and say Michael Jordan or anybody else is better than him, you just don't know basketball at this point. I'm sorry, I can't take it serious.
They watch it. They don't watch it. We know they don't watch it and they don't know it. That's the facts.
All right, peace, bro.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man. Y'all know where to find Twin Man, man. Twin Man be all over the place, shutting it down. Let me let Sturdy up. Peace, Sturdy. Thank you for joining me on a Friday night. It's a good night. Thank you for joining the exposure. So we're talking to all NBA selections. We're talking all defensive selections, and obviously the 20 selections for LeBron. And obviously last night's program, which I believe, were you on last night's program, or I think you were in the.
No, I was just listening. I was just listening to the comments. That's all.
Yeah. So what do you have for me tonight, brother? What's good?
First of all, in regards to LeBron getting 20 All NBAs, that's a record let's be honest, not gonna get broken. He's the oldest and the youngest player to get it. Um, I will say this though, there's a chance Wemby might get the youngest, but I gotta check his exact birth date, because you know what that is. But either way, um, remarkable feat. It will never become close to even tied. To be honest, I don't think people understand. For All NBA, for you to get that award, especially for majority of LeBron James' career, you have to be one of the best players at your position. You have to be one of the best forwards or guards or centers at your position during your time, and to be able to sustain that level of excellence, that's just nothing but greatness. Um, but I will say this, Ajani, I do think you should ponder this for a second. LeBron's record for first All NBA teams with 13.
Mm-hmm.
Luka has a chance. I'll be honest with you. Luka has a chance to tie it. I don't know if he's to pass it. But right now he's at five, right? He's
Mm-hmm.
at five. I'm pretty sure you saw the graphic of a lot of legends that he's already in front of with five first teams, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so and Luka's only 24, I believe. He's not even 25 years old. So you tell me 8 years from now, Luka is going to be what, 32? You know what I'm saying? So about 32, 33. So he has a. I'm saying on this pace, at least that he has a chance to tie LeBron's All NBA first team record. But you know, with it being positionless, we'll see. And that's another thing. I want to give a shout out to the fact that thanks to the NBA, thanks to the NBA for finally making this thing positionless.
You all right back there, bro?
One second, one second. Fucking
Sound like
asshole.
you in a. It sound like you somewhere where there's some firecrackers.
Nah, yeah, this is. But
Somebody's sticking
what was I gonna say?
shots.
But no,
Sounds like.
I think it's a great thing the NBA. No, it's a great thing the NBA made it positionless because, in my opinion, from a historical standpoint, for people who do value accolades, it gives a more accurate depiction of the set era, or matter of fact, these players and how they viewed in that era. I should say. So it
Yeah.
being positionless, you're not going to have guys like as we all know, eras go up and down, right? And especially amongst the talent and positions. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're a guy who's in an era where it's rich in your position, then you're not going to make as many All NBA first teams, All NBA teams because it's deep in your position.
Exactly.
Or
That's true.
the
Mm-hmm.
opposite, there's less competition in your position because there isn't that many all time guards. It don't take away anything from your greatness, like guys like James Harden, but it just more so an idea what that era was at that time. So I think it's a great thing
Exactly.
the NBA went positionless,
Mm-hmm.
and it's only and just for tongue in cheek, John, you know, it's only another mark on LeBron James' greatness, the fact that he can make All NBA team positionless or traditional. So
Yeah.
it's whatever.
But they kind of kept it traditional, right? They made sure they selected one big man at least, right? They kind of, I guess you would say LeBron would be the four on the second team, right? And then you would have,
Yeah,
Kevin Durant would be the four on the second team. I mean, LeBron would be the four on the third team, and Durant was the four on the second team. So you can kind of say they kind of still kept it that way. But they definitely went with the all defensive team. They went straight up big men. I didn't like it. Did you like the idea? Do you like the idea of it? Because when I think of a defensive team, it's a starting lineup or a lineup, and I'm never going to put
see,
four big
no,
men on the
no.
floor at the same time.
See, no, no, no. It's not so much an exact team. It's just that's just the the branding name of it, right? It's not an actual team, just a selection. So if anything, and Johnny, you know this for sure because we had a few streams talking about the impact of defense to bunk, certain guys in the '90s if they're not as great defenders as quote unquote the accolades might portray it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Simply put, we all know basketball is an unfair sport. It favors the tall, right? So a
Uh huh.
big man is naturally going to have the most impact on defense. But most importantly, Johnny, I want you to pay attention to this aspect. Don't pay attention to the fact that the first team is all big men. Look at both teams, except for Rudy Gobert. Majority 9 of those 10 guys, what they known for? They're versatile defenders. They can defend multiple positions. They can they can
Anthony
not only that.
Davis.
No, Anthony Davis too. Anthony Davis can guard.
No, no,
Hold on,
no.
hold on,
I
hold
don't
on, hold
accept
on,
it.
Johnny.
I don't accept it at all.
Hey, hey, Johnny, hold on. Hey, he can guard some centers and most forwards. That's multiple positions.
Yeah, yeah. He can play a good
But
front
most
court.
importantly,
Front
but most
front court.
importantly, But most
Uh-huh.
importantly, what I mean by versatility, not just in that aspect, but most only versatility in terms of responsibility. Outside of Rudy Gobert, 9 of those guys are doing multiple things on the defensive end. So it's not an indictment on the fact that it's big men. It's more so the league is telling you the way the league is going.
Mm-hmm.
Versatility and mobility is the premium for defense in this today's era, and that's why going positionless is a great indicator of that because your guy Bam, Jalen McDaniels, Herb Jones, Derek White, Drew Holiday, they're not just on ball or off. They're not just on ball defenders. They are great off ball defenders as well. So I think it's great for the NBA. I think it's a step towards the right direction. To be honest with you,
Yeah, it would help, right? Because I think Bam is this considered a center. So in reality, if they went by the positions, one of those three guys wouldn't have made it
he
between
probably
Wimby.
Bam
Or,
probably yeah either Wemby or Bam wouldn't have made it. Now they
yeah,
all can make it.
now they all can make it, and I got it. And I thought that was a good idea. But when I thought about man, four guys on the all defensive first team as big men, I was like man, because and then like I said, I think they snubbed Naz Reid a little bit. Now I definitely think they've been snubbing Anthony Edwards and SGA for the all defensive team, especially to put Caruso there again. Caruso's not even a starter. I get it, you put him in because some moments he does great, but still, Anthony Edwards and SGA should be on an all defensive team. I don't know why they it's almost like they don't want to let two-way players
Well,
exist anymore. You know what I'm saying?
with SGA, well, one they should add there should be 3 all defensive teams. Same like there should be 3 all NBA rookie teams. There's 22 slots for All Star. There's 15 spots for All NBA. Only 10 slots for all defensive team doesn't make sense. There need to be another team. Let's start
That's
off with that.
that's true. I would there's enough players and teams for that. I agree with you. I
Second
agree.
thing is SGA. Listen, I understand steals is a defensive stat, but just because you lead your league in steals don't necessarily mean you're an elite defender. Now SGA is not a bad defender, but he's not. I wouldn't. If we would do the ranking, I won't put SGA as a top 20 defender. And primarily because let's be honest, hey Johnny, you know this more than anything. The rarity to have more than 2 guys on the same team make
Mm-hmm.
the defensive team is you have to be historically, you know what I'm saying, historic defense just to get those precedents. You know that. And as great as
Nah.
the defense, no, hold on,
Uh-huh.
as great as the defense the Wolves played this regular season, having the best, we don't know exactly where it ranks in terms of hierarchy, in terms of historical. Like we knew in '04, that was an historical defense. We knew in '96, that was a historical defense.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, only time will tell how historic this Wolves defense is. In my opinion, they took their defense to another level in the playoffs. But you know this, like Johnny, like, how many teams that have at least 3 all like how many years where like 3 guys made all defensive team that was on the same team? What 4?
Twice. Twice.
Like, come on,
No, no,
man.
wait, wait, no, wait. My bad. I'm sorry. You're right. I think there was. About 4 or 5 times. I was thinking with the All NBA having 2 All NBA players. I know the '96 Bulls, the '93 Bulls, the '83 Sixers. I believe one of the Bucks team in 2020 or 2019 with how
Yeah,
they had
Yeah,
Brook
Brooke
Lopez
Giannis and
and
Holiday,
yeah, and how they. I think they had one with Bledsoe as well, if I'm correct. I
maybe.
don't know,
Yeah,
maybe, but one of them two, a Holiday, and I think that's really it. I don't know if there was any other teams that had. Maybe there's one more team I might be on, but you say it is rare. It is rare. It is rare. I'm not gonna say it's not rare, but I think Minnesota deserved it this year, being that they had the number 1 defense. So I wouldn't have been mad if they would have put Nas Reed there. But they
no,
gave him
it
six. They
depends.
gave him 6 man. They gave him 6 man. So
Yeah,
I guess they felt that was enough. They weren't gonna put him there. But like I said, Anthony Edwards, and the reason I like Anthony Edwards and SGA defensively is because for one, SGA is a point of attack defender, and he's the two-way defender. Herb Jones, Jalen Suggs, Caruso. These guys are just supposed to be defenders. That's all they got to worry about is playing defense. Those other guys have to do both sides of the ball, and they're still elite on the defensive side. I know you say they just get steals, but steals is not easy. You still got to read steals. It's hard. There's a lot of space you got to cover in today's NBA, especially when you're playing perimeter defense. And the last 2 years, if you just go look at the numbers and just even the outside of the steals, just the metrics, SGA and this dude Ant has been really balling, man, defensively, man. And they're not getting their recognition because the zesty Jeffries in the media don't want nobody to get the Michael Jordan All NBA and All Defensive Team selections. They don't want
no,
nobody
no,
to
no,
go for
no,
that,
no.
bro.
No, Johnny is like I said, accolades aren't really, in my opinion, aren't accurate representation of how great a player is. However, they are give you a framework of that era.
Mm-hmm.
It just means he has more competition defensively, especially now being positionless in his
Mm-hmm.
era. Let's be honest. I
No, I
understand what
know.
people like.
I know.
I know some of the Jordan detractors are going to say, not implying that it wasn't good defensive guards in the '90s. Yes, you had Joe Dumars. You had what's the brother Nate McMillan. You had Mookie Blaylock. Those are good defensive
Those
guards.
guys
That's not
made
what I'm
like
saying.
two or three. They made like two or three all defensive teams their whole
That,
career. Four or
but
five.
I'm
I
just
think
saying,
Dumars made like four or five. That's it.
yeah, Dumars made, yeah, but like I'm just giving people context that there are good defensive guards in the '90s. However, let's be honest. Like we all know, like the Jordan propaganda at that time. To quote John Salley, like they try to build up the Messiah. That's all. It is what it is. But
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. That John Salley interview or him being there baiting them, he did a brilliant job. Yo, people don't understand how smart John Salley was.
no,
That he
I like John Salley. He's a great
he knew
representation of
he knew
basketball because
yeah, he knew exactly what
he's
he was doing
honest,
going on there. He knew
he's
exactly what he was
honest,
saying.
he's
Uh huh.
funny, and he's informative. And another thing too, John Salley. You never catch John Salley disrespecting any era, any era.
Never. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. He doesn't. And he does think LeBron is the best player ever to play the game. He does think Kobe's better than Michael Jordan. He just understands the nuances of everything. He understands his position and like he said, I'm very careful. I control when I want to troll because he knows what to say. He knows if he really wants to talk basketball, he'll break it down. He'll tell you, yeah, we shut Jordan down. You know what I'm saying? Like he was trying to explain to them that offense really made us all look bad. Like we were one of the best defensive teams, and they put that offense on us, and we didn't know what to do anymore. Like we were really struggling against that offense. You know what I'm saying? But the Zesty Jeffries can't take it. They just can't take it. They can't handle it.
Oh, Lay John. Let me say this, and this will really like send upwards.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's be honest. If LeBron played and had the stability of the triangle system with less, and I hate when people leave out this part, having a historical, great, adaptive front office behind him,
Hmm.
he'll be elite. It's simple. Like I don't this idea that LeBron wouldn't be dominant in a triangle offense that's made for read and react and based off spacing don't make any goddamn sense. Don't make any goddamn sense. Think about this shit. Think about
I,
this.
it
Think about
don't.
this. Think,
I don't get it. I don't get it.
think about
Shaq was
this. Think
able to
about this.
play in it. Like so many players were able to flourish in it, but supposedly LeBron can't. That make
No,
no
no, no.
sense.
I want people to think like this. Like in '94,
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen had a historical season in
Mm-hmm.
'94.
Mm-hmm.
Lean and for those who don't know, he's one of I think it's 8 players now. Joker and Giannis will add to the list. Who led he led his team in all 5 major assist categories, meaning it was historical season, right? If Scottie Pippen can do that, what do you think LeBron can do? Like put that ahead. Like Scotty is he's a 2024 Honda. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell you think a fucking Lamborghini will do? You get what I'm saying? Like I don't. It's just certain things. It just should be basic. Should be understanding. And then I don't understand like that's the thing. People need to let go of the nostalgia and just be objective, or just you even gotta do that. You could be a fan of someone and still appreciate and respect the greatness of another player.
No, just admit your fandom.
That's
Just
the
admit to it. Just admit to it. Just say, "Hey, I'm a fan
yeah.
of Jordan. I just don't like any other era." That's it, and just stick to that. But don't try to make it
I
seem
was
like you're an objective and you're just speaking with intelligence. Like they like to throw down on people, man. You're not none of that.
yeah.
So
I don't get it. But I'm gonna say this because I don't know if there's anyone back. I don't want to hog the mic.
yeah,
Also, hey
I got
Johnny.
somebody behind you, coming right behind you.
No, I'm
Yes, go
saying
ahead.
I'm like
Pause.
saying hey Johnny. Like you
Uh huh.
yeah. No diddy. But anyway,
Yeah.
you know this hey Johnny. Like you better. I get it. You want it to be efficient at times, especially on Friday nights. It's Friday night. You know what I'm saying? You in Miami
Yeah.
too. I get it. But I'm saying like you can handle more than one person. Like I'm just saying like especially the familiar guys, you can
No.
have 2 or 3 people up here. That's what I'm saying.
No,
You still got a mute button.
I do. I can't, but I like to have the one on ones. This is what it's for. That's what we have Sunday show. Y'all know to join us on Sundays. We bring everybody up on Sundays, and we can get real hectic on a Sunday. You know that. But I like to have the
Oh,
one on ones, man. This is for soon enough. I'm about to make this show just for members only.
but just to send this off,
Uh,
for those who forgot, John
uh,
Stockton is definitely not a top five point guard. And shout out to Sean Webb. Shout out to Sean Webb. Your Miami Heat brethren. The way he broke this down, it was so simplistic. It was so factual. At the end
appreciate
of the
that.
day, the incentives for an all NBA team is the same. So it kind of doesn't, especially with it being positionless, it kind of really doesn't matter in terms of like what team you make, as long as you make the all NBA team.
Yes,
It,
facts, facts. I agree.
y'all,
I
y'all
agree.
hit that like button, subscribe, man. Hey, Johnny out here doing the Lord's work, bringing all kinds of entertainment.
Appreciate you, brother. I see you around, brother.
No,
Appreciate
bro.
you. Y'all know who
Oh
that
yeah,
is. That's damn. Wait. Go
my
ahead,
fault.
Scotty. My
Hey,
bad.
Johnny, man, you know I got to
Huh?
plug the show. For those who need a
Yes,
show
yes,
to watch tomorrow, you want to see a show that covers multiple sports, aka that cross over to multiple conversations and blend different topics. Watch the crossover tomorrow, 5 p.m.
yes,
Eastern. 5 p.m. Eastern on FYF Sports. We're gonna have a hell of a show. Great topics. Don't miss it. And we got
yes.
upgrades too.
I'm actually gonna look forward to watch tomorrow's show, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Y'all know who that is. That's Ace Sturdy. He's all over the place, shutting it down for all you zesty Jeffries. Shout out to my boy, Sports Talk Only. Thank you, a Goat James Kingdom member. Thank you for joining me on a Friday night. We got big things to talk about here. What you got for me today, sir?
What's up, man? You hear me?
I can hear you perfectly fine, brother. What's good?
All right, man. So I just want to say that, of course, LeBron is the GOAT. We've been knowing this. The 20 All NBA selections, they're trying to discredit it, whatever, whatever, whatever. But I feel as though he does definitely deserved second team All NBA.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely was better than Kawhi Leonard this year. It's not
Mm-hmm.
really a debate as far as that. Anybody could go back and watch the matchups too. So I definitely just feel like he deserves second team All NBA. LeBron is the GOAT. And as far as what John Salley was saying, uh, I think he did at the end admit, that LeBron was the best.
Mm-hmm.
But he was saying something that I really disagree with as far as like the wait, before I get into that, I want to say that there's a reason I was always typing about the 10 scoring titles versus 40K.
Actually, gonna do a show on that. I thank you for giving us that topic. Appreciate you. We're gonna do that show. We're gonna talk about that, and a few other things in the, pertaining to the type of achievements they have. But that's gonna be the crux. We're gonna talk about whether 40K and 10 scoring titles, what's more important, what's actually a greater achievement, what's considered you the greater actual player as far as scoring wise. So we definitely appreciate you. That we're gonna talk about that Sunday. But go ahead though. I'm listening.
Oh, I was just saying, like, I noticed when LeBron broke that record, they stopped mentioning scoring titles. I don't know if you noticed that.
Of course, nobody ever talked about scoring titles. Nobody ever said Wilt Chamberlain got 7 scoring titles. It was 30,000 points. Wilt Chamberlain. Who else can get there? Kareem got there. That was the only person there. That's why he was the goat of all goats. That's why Jordan got a trophy for 30K. Because
Mhm.
nobody was trying to reach 38K. So they was like, oh, well, what can we say? Oh, Jordan got 10 scoring titles because Jordan was always chasing Wilt Chamberlain. So he was always saying, I need to get the scoring titles. Wilt Chamberlain had 7 at the time. That's why he was considered the greatest scorer. Even when Kareem passed him, the idea was he had 7 scoring titles as well. He was a dominant scorer. He was Wilt Chamberlain, 50 points per game. Jordan was chasing that kind of a legacy. In the 80s, that's what it was. Because Wilt Chamberlain was that guy. He was the Thanos. In the 80s, it was him. The only one who could challenge him was Kareem. And that's what Jordan was chasing. Let me let Reggie Reg get in real quick because Reggie Reg got a lot to say. Shout out to Reggie Reg. Reggie Reg says John Salley convinced me that LeBron is the GOAT. I started a club with my LeBron sexual brethren and now embrace his losing 4-6 record. All hail LBJ. Thank you so much, Reggie Reg. We appreciate you. You are the man. I don't know what to tell you guys, man. Just like Sports Talk just said, he's the GOAT.
No, but
You
what I was gonna say was just
uh
about what John Salley was saying. He was saying he would think that LeBron would have more rings if he played in like one of those systems,
mm-hmm.
and I just disagree with that because when you look at what one of the main arguments for why people say LeBron can't be the GOAT, of course, is 6 finals losses. You know, no
Yeah,
context, no just six finals losses. Like he just
yeah. But six finals losses means nothing. 4-0 is not better than 4-6. That's the point.
uh, but
So
just like
the idea is
uh
he should just have more. I'm sorry. The idea is he should just have more championships. But four in his era is just as good as six in Jordan's era. Just as good as 11 was in the '60s. That's just it. I don't think we're gonna find another player that's gonna reach four more championships. Like it's gonna be hard to win four NBA championships, just like it was hard to win six, and just like it's hard to win 11. To be
yeah,
honest with you.
but like when
Go ahead.
people say that, I just
Mm-hmm.
wonder like because I heard Lamont say he agreed with that, right? So I was like thinking like which finals loss could you give him one of those systems and it would change the outcome?
San Antonio
Which one?
because
2014?
2007.
You think giving him a system at that age,
Yes,
you do?
that's why they lost. They lost because they didn't have. They basically had whatever system San Antonio was running. From what Robert Ory said that they were running the same exact plays that the Spurs ran. So the Spurs already knew every play that the Cavaliers were running. They were because remember he came from the Spurs brass and he was a defensive minded coach. So he didn't. I don't think he. Again, that's why I wanted Lamont to come up. I don't know too much. I know now Mike Brown runs a Princeton offense, but I don't know if he was running that back then. So I don't know that. But if he had a true system, a true scheme, yeah, they would have beat the Spurs because they were good already defensively. They couldn't score because the Spurs were able to clamp down on them
Mhm.
on everything that they did. Everything that LeBron was used to doing, they knew what he was going to do, and that's why LeBron had struggled because he had to find other ways to score. And trust me, he was still doing good. I did a show about it. He didn't play that bad. He just missed shots because he wasn't in rhythm, which is what they kept him out of. They kept him, because again, without these people say, contrary to belief, LeBron wasn't ball hogging. He was playing off the ball a lot.
Mm. Oh, I don't know,
Yeah,
man. I
I'm
just felt
telling
like
you.
the
Hmm.
Spurs were just a better team. So I can't really, I don't know if I agree with that, but
I mean,
let's just say that he
uh,
do that.
yeah,
He'd be like 5-5, right? So
yeah,
like when
he'd
they
be
say
5-5.
more rings and things like that, I don't agree because when you just look at the finals losses, they can never really say why he lost or what happened. Like
But
2011 is really the only finals I look at and
uh-huh.
say, okay, well if LeBron played better, they will win that easily.
What about 2009? Right, 2015.
Yeah, when he lost Kyrie and Love, people don't talk about
Yeah,
that.
I
Or
got you. Yeah, that's true. I mean, again, but like I said, when there's a system in place, again, but the idea again it is kind of based on ignorance because again, that's the only system we know is the triangle. We don't really know no other systems as fans, and we don't understand the game unless you actually played the game, which majority of NBA fans haven't really played organized basketball to where you have to have plays drawn up for you. I didn't play organized basketball. I played that in a church league when I was young, and I played a little bit of organized basketball for the Boys and Girls Club, but we didn't run plays. We used to cherry pick. So I mean, but I get what you're saying. I think the whole championship talk is not necessarily whether Jordan could have won championships or not without the system doesn't matter. It is what it is. We just got to take the records for what they are.
yeah, and
That's it.
I agree with that. I just definitely disagree when he said that because I just when I look at his losses, the majority was him running into a better team. Like when Jordan ran into a better team in the '80s, they were oh his team, and even though he showed up, but
Mm-hmm.
LeBron ran into a better team in the finals, like the KD Words or something like that, and then they'll be like 4-6, and he's a choker and all, just all that shit.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. But in reality, if they don't have the triangle offense, they don't beat Detroit in '91. They probably don't beat the Trailblazers in '92. They probably don't get past the Knicks in '93. So the Bulls don't have those championships. So that's what makes it crazy because that offense allowed the Bulls to be very efficient while they were one of the best defensive teams in the league. On top of that, so that's why they were able to rack up a bunch of championships. On top of that, if we talk about just basketball strategy and the game, what was going on during the games, they were a
Yeah,
very
for sure.
efficient team. They had good shooters, they had great defense, and they had an offense that allowed everybody to get the right shot. That was the key. Everybody got the right shot when they got a chance to shoot. So
Yeah, but all right, man. I just had to say that. I just felt like I had to say that. But I will be on here on Sunday for sure
Yes, yes.
because
Thank you
that's
so.
that topic that I'm definitely going
Yes, yes.
definitely
Again,
gonna be here.
we're gonna be here Sunday. It's going to be that we're gonna talk about that because again, that's a big topic. What's more impressive, actually scoring 40,000 points for your career or having 10 scoring titles? Because that's all the Zesty Jeffries got. They got the 6-0, the scoring titles, and the 9 all defensive selections. They don't got nothing else. And defensive player of the year. They really don't have nothing else. That's what they're hanging their hat on. They really don't got
And
nothing else. So
do y'all start the show at 11?
now we start at noon Eastern. So I don't know where you're located. So if you're in the Central, it's 11.
Okay.
And I believe if you're in the Mountain Time Zone and Pacific Time Zone, it's 3 hours away. So we're
All
gonna
right.
be live to 12 noon Eastern. All right, my friend.
All right. Peace, man.
Man, appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for joining me. That's Sports Talk Only. Y'all make sure to subscribe to his channel. Check him out. He is a GOAT James Kingdom member, man. Again, thank you guys for supporting us here in GOAT James Kingdom. As you see, we're trying to do big things. Again, I do have a life. I have a wife. I have children. I have a job. I have things I have to do. But Friday night, I will open up for you guys to have that one-on-one with me because obviously Sunday show is predicated on let everybody come up and speak. So you guys can join us on Sunday. You guys know what we do here at GOAT James Kingdom on Sunday afternoon. It is Brandon and I. We do the GOAT James Kingdom show every Sunday, noon Eastern time, where we talk about the GOAT of basketball, LeBron James, and we talk about basketball and the greatness of all the players that existed in the game in all eras. We don't discredit nobody, but we talk objectively. Yes, we talk objectively. Y'all don't ask Bobby D to show up. Bobby D is safe in the comments. He does not want to show up and have a conversation with either me, nor Brandon and I, nor with anybody else. Because again, that's what Sunday show is about. You guys see, we have Craig, we have Travis, we have other Jordan fans come up that are intelligent enough to hold a conversation and know how to talk about basketball. So if you're interested on a Sunday show, like they said, we do the Lord's work. Shout out to Ace 30 because yes, we do the Lord's work on Sunday. So join me on a Sunday afternoon with Brandon as we do the GOAT James Kingdom show every Sunday, noon Eastern time. But also make sure y'all check us out and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Discord. We are the GOAT James Kingdom platform. It's the Friday night exposure with the exposer. I come live every Friday night right here on the GOAT James Kingdom platform. So become a member of the channel. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. If you're not a subscriber to the channel already, we just got through discussing how great LeBron James is. I see you guys in the comments. You guys have been great. You guys have been doing a great job. Keep letting these Zesty Jeffries know because they were upset about 40,000 points scored by LeBron James. That's their fault. It's not our fault LeBron James could play 20 plus years and rack up 40,000 points in the process. And on top of that, the man went out there and gave us 20 All-NBA selections with 20 All-Stars on top of that. So when we're talking about stats and the accolades, LeBron has everything. He is the GOAT of basketball.
LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron.
There is without doubt that he is the GOAT of basketball. So y'all can get upset. Y'all can make all the little memes and all the little silly things that y'all do, but at the end of the day, LeBron James is the GOAT of basketball. Shout out to New World. Peace to you, brother. These guys just don't get it. He is the GOAT of basketball. Like I said, if you take the Zesty Jeffrey and the moon face Scottie Pippen and you put them together, they do not equal the greatness of LeBron James. There's no longevity in this. LeBron James has had the most All-NBA selections for a long time because he's the GOAT. He's done it. He's the fastest to reach these numbers. He has the most consecutive with it. He has the most consecutive first teams. He's just, matter of fact, he's the only player to have all NBA selections on 4 different positions. He has an all NBA selection as a point guard, as a power forward, as a small forward, and as a center. He made an all NBA selection. No other player in NBA history could ever say that. That is what LeBron James has done. You guys do not want to give him respect. That's fine. We don't need you to give him his respect. He is the GOAT of basketball. But ladies and gentlemen, you know what this is. This is the Friday Night Exposure with the Exposer. I'm going to get up out of here. You guys go ahead and hit that like button, share the content, let everybody know where they can find the material. We'll be back Sunday, noon Eastern, where we'll talk about the 40,000 points versus the 10 scoring titles. So again, thank you for joining me. You have now been exposed by the exposer.
If you're a basketball fan and you're tired of basketball shows that talk about fake narratives and using non-basketball terms like killer instinct, playoff translation, gravity, come to GOAT James Kingdom.